In this video, we are going to discuss adding and subtracting linear expressions, but first I want to briefly discuss what to do when we are faced with distributing with only a negative in the front of the parentheses. So, as usual, we would distribute that negative sign. Essentially what we're doing here is we're distributing a -1. Okay, if you just have a minus sign in front of parentheses, that means you're distributing -1. If you're distributing -1, all you're going to do is change the signs of whatever's inside. Okay, so it's going to be the opposite of whatever it was, because a negative times a positive is a negative, and a negative times a negative is a positive. It switches the sign when you multiply by negative. So 3x started positive, so it's going to end up being negative, and 7 was being subtracted, so it's going to ultimately be added. If you do write it like this, which is not wrong, make sure you simplify again, because our goal here always is to be simplifying our expressions and finding equivalent ones, and a negative makes a positive, okay? Now I want you to try, give it a shot. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you are going to be adding and subtracting linear expressions. So here we have a plus sign in between the linear expressions. What makes it linear is that I don't have a value of x that has an exponent other than 1, or just a regular x, and it could possibly have some constants like this 6 or this -3 here, okay? So I have 6x plus 6 plus -3 minus 4x. Because it's a plus, there's nothing to distribute here, so I'm simply going to rewrite it without my parentheses, and plus a negative is just a minus sign here, if you notice how I did that, okay? So now I'm going to circle my variable terms, and I'm going to box in my constant terms. Notice I included those minus signs there. I'm going to treat those like negatives when I'm combining my like terms. So I have 6x and -4x, and when I combine those I get 2x. Feel free to use a calculator when you're doing these to at least check your work. And I have +6 minus 3, or +6 plus -3, and I get +3. I cannot do any more than this because this and this term here, this 2x and 3, are not like terms, so this is my final answer. Alright, so for this one you'll notice I have I'm subtracting. That means I have a minus sign in front of my second set of parentheses, so I need to distribute first. So I have 4x minus 6 plus, because minus times a minus is +4, and I have minus times a negative again, so +8x. And now I'm going to identify my like terms by circling my variable terms with the sign in front of them and boxing in my constant terms. So I have 4x and 8x, which gives me 12x. -6 and +4 gives me -2. All right, these last two are on your paper as well. Go ahead and give them a try, and let me know if you have any questions. Have fun.
We were doing our packet, because I saw that on your iPad, and I thought that we were doing.
Oh, not this kind of lesson. Yes.
Wait, what group is that for?
Core.
Oh.
My other class.